Alright, we're taking it from the top here. You may be wondering, Ryan, how come you decided to dress up for this occasion? It's because I paid a full $4 for this suit and I want to get my money's worth. Anyways, welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be discussing the energy sector of Nova Scotia and specifically talk about how coal power and other fossil fuels such as natural gas should be phased out in favor of renewables such as wind and solar. Brief summary on where your energy comes from in Nova Scotia. Currently, the province uses about 32% coal in order to power the electricity grid. Another 17% is natural gas, which really isn't natural at all. And 16% is renewable imports, and then the rest of this is made up by wind, solar, other renewables. Currently, Emera and the subset of Emera, Nova Scotia Power, controls everything about the electricity grid in Nova Scotia. This means that they get to choose if your lights stay on or if they go off. In just 2022, Nova Scotia Power proposed a system access charge for people that were producing their own solar. This means that Nova Scotia Power wants to charge you for you to use the grid. This proposal was met by a lot of backlash, especially by Premier Houston, who said, and I quote, "At a minimum, the steps we intend to take will maintain the existing enhanced net metering program as it was on January 26, 2022. However, since Nova Scotia Power has shown it is out of step with the Nova Scotians and their environmental ambitions, we are also exploring ways to better align our goals with the program with the goals of our government." This roughly translates to, Nova Scotia Power, if you go ahead with this system access charge, we will legislate the shit out of you. So obviously people producing their own renewables is a very, very good thing. But what is the government doing in terms of their own programs for renewable energy? The province has invested heavily into wind energy. In 2007, it only accounted for 1% of the total energy in the grid of Nova Scotia, whereas currently it represents about 13%. This 13% is expected to grow in the future with projects such as the Pioneer Wind Farm off the shore of Cumberland County. These wind farms are very intensive in precious metals such as zinc and copper. Because of the use of these precious metals, obviously they have to be mined and then imported into Nova Scotia, further creating emissions. I firmly believe that wind is one of the many renewable resources that we should be investing in for our future. Currently, Nova Scotia relies very heavily on natural gas. All of this has to be imported up from the United States. There is no pipeline currently coming across from Alberta, and it is not economically viable to build at this current moment. In order to not get screwed over by Donald Trump and his tariffs coming today, we must invest in these renewable resources so that we can become less dependent on the United States. This will help the Nova Scotian economy to not only grow, but become much more sustainable. We have the power to set a precedent for Canada in order to move to renewable resources. Quebec has done so already. Many other provinces have already taken these steps to move away from fossil fuels and move into renewable energy. Currently, Nova Scotia is number 3 in terms of least sustainable provinces. This is behind Alberta and Saskatchewan, whose almost entire economies are based off of oil. To conclude, I want to say wind is our best option. We have plenty of it in our province. We need to just harvest it. It does come at a cost of precious minerals. However, I see no better option. In the future, we can work on reducing a reliance on these resources. However, I see no other option at the moment. A nice little, I'll turn the camera here. There's a nice little no trespassing sign right there, at least half of it. I mean, there's a better one up there. If you can see. Yeah, nice private property. So, I don't know. I think I just want to say, you know, I would never trespass on private property just for a school project.